Welcome to today's video, and today, this is the last time I'm going to be talking about 2025 books. Trust me, this is the last time. I just really wanted to do this video, and obviously we're going to be tier ranking every single book I read in 2025, which, to be honest, I'm confused because when I loaded all the pictures on here, it says 114 files. So either I messed up or Goodreads is lying to me because Goodreads said I read 95 books. However, I did insert some DNFs in here as well. I did not DNF like almost 20 books. I will say though too, it's crazy to look back on the tier ranking list I did last year because I read like 60 books, which is like a lot of books, but like to go from that to 95, I swear the first year I started reading, I read like 20. And then I read 60. And now I'm read close to 100. That's crazy. Without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and get straight into it. I'm just going to quickly go over the little names of the tiers I have. I have God tier. Basically, these books are like my 6-star or my 5 stars that I really, really love. Like books that I will always recommend to people. Books that I don't care what anyone says about them. Like I love them and that's all that matters. My next one is Love. Like, oh, these are probably like 4.5 star to 5, maybe some 5 stars that I didn't rate like too high. This was fun. These are kind of like my closer to like maybe 4-star, 3.5, like 3.5 or 3.75 books that I just had a lot of fun with. My meh category is like, it's just, maybe it's low 3s. I don't even know yet, but I think it's just like a low 3-star or like maybe my 2s or something. But like, I'd rather watch Paint Dry is like my most hated books, the books that I really did not like this year. And obviously, like, this is in no way me being mean to anybody. This is just my taste, my preference of books. So without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting very strong with Miss Elsie Silver. Oh, Miss Elsie Silver. Okay, so I liked Heartless, but I wouldn't say I loved it. I think I rated it a 4, but I think I'll put it in, this was fun. Like, it was fun. It was fun. Her books are a little too spicy for me, so if anyone knows of any, like, cowboy romances that are not as spicy, let me know, because I would really love to read more cowboy romances that aren't Elsie Silver. Ugh, Love Theoretically by Allie Hazelwood. I'd rather watch Paint Dry. I didn't like this one. The main character, she was really annoying. This one, I really thought I would love it. It just didn't click for me at all. Like, at all. I don't know what it is. I know a lot of people love it. I don't know. Same with Done and Dusted. I did not like Done and Dusted. I think I gave it a 3, but I think I'm going to lower it. I just did not like that book at all. It was way too spicy. Way too insta-love. Fearless. I have, like, my thoughts on Fearless, right? And the Powerless series in general. And I think originally it probably would have went into God tier, but I still love the book and I love the characters, but it was fun, but like, I'm not happy with the ending, so I'm just gonna put it in This Was Fun. We have A Court of Frost and Starlight down here. It's crazy to think how many of these books I read this year, because when I look at it, I'm like, did I really read that this year? And I guess I did. A Court of Frost and Starlight, this was fun. It wasn't anything like spectacular. Well, I think this book was very important, so I would put it in Love. It was short, it was quick, it was about like the holidays and all that stuff, and it was a really good lead-in into Nesta's book. Mockingjay, this was fun. It was fun. It was alright. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. Moment of Truth by Casey West. This was also fun. Just a cutie YA romance. I love her books. They're very quick and easy to get through. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I would rather watch Paint Dry, actually, because no. That one, I think it was the writing. The writing was not there for me, and just, I don't know, it just felt very different from her other books, so I think that's what threw me off. Once Upon a Broken Heart, God tier, our first God tier. Oh my gosh, I could talk about the Once Upon a Broken Heart series all day long. Like, I don't know what it is about that series. It unlocked something in me. I don't know. Butcher and Blackbird by Brynn Weaver. I never think about this book. I think I'm gonna put it in meh, because like I don't really care about the plot. I'm not gonna continue the series. I don't really care. I just don't think that these like rom-com-y, like dark romancy comedy killing books are for me. I don't know. The Christmas Tree Farm. Ugh. I wish I DNF'd it. I'd rather watch Paint Dry. These books, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay, if you guys love the what is it called? Dream Harbor. If you like the Dream Harbor series, I'm so sorry. They are very not good. I don't like those books. I don't know why I have them. Well, I know why I have them. I have them because the covers are cute. But I'm probably gonna get rid of them and not continue the series. Like, the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore was all right, but like, that's the only one. I don't know. I just don't like them. Beneath the Stars by Emily McIntyre. This was fun. I like this one. I did think it was gonna be a 5 for a bit, but it got a little cringy at the end. But I do think everyone should read Sugar Like series. It's really, really fun, and they're just emotional romances, and I love emotional romances. Twisted Games, I don't really like that one because, like, I like the girl, but the guy was very boring. Like, it made sense for him to be the way he was, very emotionless and stuff, but I didn't like him. I don't know. And I feel like there were a lot of moments in that book that they were referring to, like, oh, remember when we did this together and this together and this together? This is how we got closer. And I was like, when? Like, when did that happen? Because the author didn't even, like, put those moments in there. And it was like, oh, remember when we did this? And it's like, you didn't do that. I didn't see that. Flawless by Elsie Sarah. Oh, I realize I have 2 different covers. Meh. This one was alright. Like, it was funny. I like the introduction to the family, but I definitely liked Heartless a lot more than Flawless. Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I really love this one. I love this book. I thought the whole premise was super, like, interesting, and however, it's one of those books where it's like, oh, we only have for the summer to be together or whatever, which can kind of get annoying, but I really love Abby Jimenez's writing, and I really loved the guy. The guy was so funny, and I can't wait to continue her books. Enchantra, I also really love this one. I am so excited for the 3rd book to come out, but I love Genevieve, I loved Rowan, I love the whole, like, premise of this book, like, where they have to, like, you know, get married in order for them to figure out how to leave the game or whatever. I thought it was really fun. Okay, Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I would say this was fun. So, like, the Hunger Games in general just isn't something that I really, really love. However, I loved Sunrise on the Reaping. I think that's the highest rated Hunger Games book is Sunrise on the Reaping. It was just so good. It was so emotional, so impactful. Ooh, Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. That is crazy. I read this in the very beginning of January of 2025. So we're going way back in time. Okay, Ugly Love. You know, for the drama of it, I thought this book was interesting, but it was crazy. Like, I would never, ever, ever, ever rate this book a 5, ever, just because I have morals. But it was fun, though. It was fun for dramatics, but I think I would put it in meh, because it's not a book I would recommend to everybody, you know? Turn of the Key, ooh, I'd rather watch Paint and Dry. This was a waste of my time. An absolute waste of my time, and I'm so sorry if you love that book. Crash by Frida McFadden. Okay, I had fun reading it, and then we got to the end, and I was like, what was this? Oh my gosh, wait! I need to add another category. I completely forgot. Because there are for sure some books that I literally don't remember. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they were, like, bad. It just means I don't remember what they were. Anyway, carrying on. The Crash by Frida McFadden. I think in that case of how I feel, I wouldn't recommend this book to anybody. But when I read it, it was meh. I think I'm just going to put it in meh because I'm questioning it. Okay, Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. You know, I can appreciate this book for the author actually following through what she said she was gonna do. And I remember I was intrigued most of the time. I think I'm just gonna say this was fun. It did make me emotional towards the end, so I can give her that. But I hated the main character. I really thought she was, like, annoying. Okay, People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I didn't really like this one, but I can say, I mean, it was fun. I'm not going to sit here and say it wasn't fun, because it was. Okay, Onyx Storm. I rated this a 4 because I love the world. I think I'm just going to put it in meh. But it was okay. It's just, I wish it ended differently, and I wish it didn't feel like it wasted my time. If I've Survived by Holly Jackson. Ugh. Honestly, I'd rather watch Paint and Dry. The more I think about this book, like, it was interesting, but there was, like, this thing that that the main character was saying. She was just staring in the RV and staring at the curtains in the RV, and she was like, where are those curtains from? what are those curtains from? And the curtains never came back up. So like that kind of pissed me off, but that's just a personal thing. Anyway, like I had fun reading it. Should I put it in paint dry? Okay, I'll just change it to meh, because it was, just the curtains kind of pissed me off. Okay, Kingdom of the Wicked. Okay, I really like this one, but here's what I needed the tier for. What was this? What was it? What happened? I literally can't tell you what happened besides she summons a demon and the demon really loves cannolis. That's all I remember from this. Oh my god, we still have some repeats in here. That's why there's 114 files. Okay, Goodreads did not lie to me probably. Sorry Goodreads, it's my bad. Promises and Pomegranates. I hated this, but also what was it? And I literally couldn't tell you, but I know I didn't like it. It was like some kind of dark romance book and I just didn't like it. Phantasma? You know, Phantasma was fun. I liked Phantasma. I can't believe did I really read that in 2025? I really hope I didn't mess up anywhere. That seems like so long ago. Because obviously Enchantress appear. Huh? Nightbane by Alex Astor. Listen, look, this was fun. This was fun. I had a good time. There's a lot going on. I thought it was fun. Ooh, I love Ward D. I love Ward D. This is my favorite Frida McFadden book, 100%. The Locked Door by Frida McFadden. Ooh, I cannot even tell you what happened in this book at all. I think it has something to do with her dad being suspicious or something, like the main girl's dad. The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Laurie Gilmore. This one was the best one, but it's still gonna go in meh because like I'm just comparing it to the other ones and it's just these books aren't that good. I just need to get rid of them. Okay, Just the Nicest Couple by Mary Kubica, that's her name. This was fun. I really like this one. I do think if you want to get into thrillers, you should start off with maybe this one because you have a small cast of characters. I also really loved how the author wrote one of the husbands. I thought that was really interesting, how she wrote him and like things that he would do. It was so interesting. Twisted Hate by Anna Huang. I almost forgot her name. You know what? Honestly, as cringy as these books are and as silly as these books are, I thought this one was fun. It's my favorite one so far. Yes, they're very spicy, but like I kind of liked it because the two main characters like hated each other, right? So I thought that was really, really fun. Okay, She's Gone by David Bell. Okay, you know what? I think about this one a lot, and I think I would honestly, but do I love it? You know, I think I love it. I think I love this one. Even though this wasn't in my top 25 of 2025, I don't know why, but I really like this one, and I think about like a specific part of it a lot, and I think that's why it deserves to be in the love category. However, I do think it's probably like a lower 4-star. Haunting Adeline? I can't believe I read that this year. That's crazy. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's meh because that's not true. You know what? In the most twisted of ways, I had fun. I thought it was interesting. Like, I need to read the second one. My fiance's mom is like, you need to read the second one. Basically, my mother-in-law having read the Cat and Mouse duet is hilarious to me. So I need to read that for her. Voice of the Ocean by Kelsey and Pitchy. Unfortunately, this one was a DNF. I got like 60 pages into it and I think I just got it like all 3 books that I had read in that video like put me in a book slump and it was terrible. I think that the reason why I couldn't get into Voice of the Ocean was because it was interesting because it was about like a mermaid and stuff, but it's the fact that we were in her head so much of the time and there wasn't like any dialogue at all. And I know that sounds like very nitpicky, but it's just because like she had a voice, but she wasn't talking and she knew how to talk. So it's like, I don't know. I think I just got bored of it because of that too. Maybe I'll come back to it one day. I'll probably listen to the audiobook, but so far it's DNF. Okay, Johnny Angel by Danielle Steele. I'm gonna put this in love. It's not a god tier. It could eventually be that way, but right now I don't think so. I was really, really surprised how much I love that book when I read it, and everyone should read it, and I'm not gonna talk about it. Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. Okay, this one was fun. I like this one more than Mockingjay. A lot of these books are like how I feel now, like in the moment right now. Like when I look at them, where would I rate them, right? So there are probably gonna be some books that I've rated lower or higher in the past, and you'll be looking at this and be like, well, this doesn't make sense. But it's just how I feel right now. So, One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. I love this one. It's not a god tier, but I really, really loved it. I could so see myself rereading it in the future. She's gone again. Okay, The Rose Bargain. Rose Bargain? Oh no, Rose Bargain is an absolute god tier, okay? Like, I don't know what it is, and I'm really, really hoping that the second book is just as good. And I think the reason why I love this book so much is because it has like that Fae world element to it, but it also is a lot like The Selection. And when I read The Selection, I was in high school. It's kind of like weirdly nostalgic for me, and I think that's why I have like that feeling towards it. Destroy Me by Tahira Mafi. I could fully see some of these books being 5 stars. Destroy Me got really, really close, even though it's in the novella. This one is about a character that you meet in Shatter Me. The fact that she was able to completely change my mind about a character in like less than 200 pages was crazy. That's why it deserves to be in the love category. And I was like, ugh, I don't want to read about this guy. And then I was like, wait. That's Not My Name by Megan Lally. I also really like this one. I can't wait to start more of her books. They're very fast paced. They're YA mystery thrillers. And I thought this one was really fun. This one and She's Gone, they're kind of like similar to me with like writing style. Like they both have that element of YA and sometimes cringy dialogue, but like they were both so fun. So if you guys want to start YA mystery thrillers or start out with mystery thrillers, I would definitely go like She's Gone, That's Not My Name, and also read what was the other one? Oh, Just the Nicest Couple to start out like adult mystery, but like these two, really, really good. Okay, Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. This one is also a DNF, which is kind of crazy because I love her writing. I was listening to the audiobook of this one. I could not continue. I was literally gonna pull my hair out. Like, I don't know what it was. It felt so, I think I got really close to being done with it, but like, I literally can't even tell you like what happened in it. It was just, I was not in it at all. Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. Okay, I'm gonna put this in meh, okay? I think the premise of the book very unique, very, very unique, but I think her writing style could potentially not be for me because it's very how do I say the word smart without sounding dumb? It was very like a fiction book, you know, and with that little element of like the vampires or whatever. But it just felt slow at times. Okay, The Coworker by Frida McFadden. I didn't really like this one, but also I don't remember what this was besides turtles. That's all I remember. That main girl, she loved turtles and she talked about it a lot. She compared herself to being a turtle, which sure, very poetic, but like, gosh, it was crazy. Okay, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I love this one. My first sci-fi. Listened to it all with the audiobook, and it was very enjoyable, very fun, and I can't wait to see the movie that comes out. Final Girls by Riley Sager. Low-key don't remember what this was about. Well, actually, I kind of remember what this was about. Okay, you know what? Wait, this was meh. I'm remembering now. This one was about like this girl, and she was part of the Final Girls because she had survived like a heinous crime, and all the Final Girls would like get together and like, you know, find comfort in each other, and then one of them ended up dead, and she's kind of trying to figure out like what happened, and then she meets another final girl that's trying to get her to do all these like petty crimes. It was interesting when I read it, but I think this is where Riley Sager started going downhill for me. Never Lie by Frida McFadden. I think this is one of her highest rated books, but I remember bits and pieces of it. I think I'm gonna put it in this was fun or meh. No, I'm gonna put it in meh. Okay, oh my gosh, we so have repeats. We already put these 3 down. Okay, Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. I'd rather watch paint dry. That book was boring. Listen. I felt so bad for the girls, the sisters, and what they went through. But this is just not a kind of thriller I would want to read. I think I just expected it to be like super fast paced and all that, but it wasn't. I'm sorry if you love that book. Okay, Daydream by Hannah Grace. Absolutely love this one, okay? This one is a 4, I think this is a 4.5. I love the characters, my favorite in the Maple Hill series. Okay, the Cruel Prince, Cruel Prince is god tier, no one can tell me otherwise. No one can tell me otherwise, because I know how people feel about the Cruel Prince, okay? People think it's dumb. People think that they ate, the fact that they ate fish sticks and went to JCPenney in the beginning. I don't care. And also, yeah, Carden is mean. It all worked out in the end, and that's all that matters. Holiday Romance. I loved Holiday Romance. This book was one of the funnest Christmas reads I've ever read. Okay, The Inheritance Games. No, what was that? Honestly, I'm putting it in what was this because I don't remember what happened in it, but it could literally go in both. I did not like The Inheritance Games. I don't know what was that? Like, I'm like sitting here trying to even remember. Like, she played chess with this old guy at the park. She won all this money from this random family. She went to the house. She met brothers. They solved riddles in the house. But like, no, that one was not for me. It was boring to me. Well, it felt boring and all over the place and stressful at the same time. Okay, we have Legend Born by Tracy Deonn. Okay, I can fully say that this was fun, but I don't know if I'm going to continue it because the magic system is very confusing. And I had to look up a lot of stuff, but like, I think I just need to like get over it and read it. Hidden Pictures by Jason, it's Rickluck? Ooh, I don't remember. This plot twist was crazy, I will say. I thought that was interesting, but overall the book was very meh to me. When I was reading it on Kindle, there was pictures of the drawings that like the kid did, and I thought that was like a really cool element to it, and that was like the best part of the book because it was scary. Like, the drawings were actually very creepy. Honestly, like, just look them up. Just look up Hidden Pictures kid drawings and like just look at them. Okay, The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I love this one. I did give it a 5 before. I've dropped it down a little bit because it's not something I think about all the time. I just think in the moment I was like really in the hype of it. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this book. I love this book. But this one was still really, really good. I really loved how she was able to see ghosts. It's just one of those like paranormal romances that I really, really loved. Okay, Happy Place by Emily Henry. I'm really sorry. This is going in meh. Listen, I think I expected a lot more from it, and I understand why people love it. It has that element of friendship being so strong, and you know, things happen when you grow older. You like, you know, you're worried you're gonna lose that connection of friendship and all that stuff, and then you have like the main characters were engaged and now they're like broken up, and it's like they're trying to like figure it out, but like they're just talk to each other, guys. Just talk to each other. And I just found myself getting annoyed throughout the book. I didn't feel anything for the characters, just annoyance. That's the only emotion I felt. Summer Romance, meh, it was alright. Like, I just was not super into it, and again, I think probably that's my fault because I think I had expected more from it, to be honest with you, and I just didn't care. I really didn't care. The last time I lied, so many repeats. I'm so sorry. Okay, The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. Literally can't tell you what that book was about. Brother by Anya Alborn. You know, this was fun. This was a horror book. I got recommended from, well, I didn't personally get recommended this book from Kendall, but she was like, this book is so good. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna read it. And it was fun. I thought it was very interesting, and also at times it made me very uncomfortable, but I think that's the point of horror books. The length of it honestly was perfect. It's not that long at all. Okay, Wicked King. Okay, I love The Wicked King, okay? It's not as high as Cruel Prince, but I still really, really loved it. There was just like one thing that I did not like about it. It's just a plot thing that didn't make sense, but like, you know, it's okay. Truly Devious, ugh. Both, this could go in both. These were, very, very boring. This apparently is like a 5-book series or something. Don't know how. I'm gonna put it in what was this because like, in some ways, I literally can't tell you what happened. 1,000 Heartbeats by Casey, is it? No, it's not Casey West. Kira Cass. gonna put it in meh. Like, it was fine. I do think it was very, very long, but it was interesting, I guess. The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell. I'd honestly rather watch paint dry. I don't like Lisa Jewell's writing at all. I don't know what it is. I really don't like it. Okay, The Ballad of Never After. This is going up to my God tier because, guys, this is my favorite book of the year. It's my number one. I'm not gonna bore you with details that I've talked about many times. Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. Okay, it's definitely gonna go up there, but is it a God tier or is it just a love? You know, I think Keeping 13 deserves to go in God tier because this book made me feel completely different about the series. It could change in the future. Like, any of these are subject to change. But Keeping 13 was kind of the turning point for me. So if you've read Binding 13 and you didn't really love it, just read Keeping 13 and I think something will unlock for you like it did for me. Love Light Farms, I'd rather watch paint dry. I did not like that one. The Perfect Son, What Was This? When in Rome. This was fun. I just went through those really, really fast. I'm sorry. Okay, Scarred by Emily McIntyre. I think I gave it like a 4.5 back in the day when I read it. But I think I would lower it a little bit just because I don't think about this book at all. And it was really spicy and just dark romance isn't really for me. But I will still put it in This Was Fun because I really liked how she like used The Lion King as like reference. And then the way she like intertwined the Lion King story and then also this story and just the parallels are really, really cool. Okay, Five Total Strangers by Natalie D. Richards. You know, this one was fun. I really liked it. I think that this one is also really good if you want to read a thriller during like the holiday time because they're trying to get home for like Christmas. You have Five Total Strangers in the car, and if you like the kind of thrillers where they're like stuck in one place and things are going wrong and they have to figure out like who is doing what, I think you'd really, really like this one. This book has one of the creepiest lines I've ever read. If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. You know, I think this would be a high 4, so that's why I'm going to put it in the love category. I did really like the slow burn of this book. I liked the length of this book. We had time to like get to know the characters, and I thought that was really important. However, I do feel like friends to lovers is not my favorite trope, and I kind of wish there was like a little more banter between the characters. And the ending kind of like made me cringe a little bit with like this one line that was said, but like it's not really like a big deal. It felt very like 90s movie, which makes sense because this does take place in the 90s. So with that being said, I'm gonna put it in love. And oh, also the end with like the dog POV, that was emotional and I almost cried because I also have a dog that looks like this dog and it made me think of him and I could cry right now just thinking about it, honestly. Do Not Disturb by Frida McFadden. I read this recently, but like, what was this? Oh, dude, we have so many repeats. I feel like an idiot. Okay, Now You're, okay, I'm gonna do these together. Now You're Mine and Once You're Mine by Morgan Bridges. It was mildly entertaining in the sense that it was so like almost bad that it was entertaining, but like, I would never recommend these. I literally did not care about it, but I just kept listening to it because I was like, I want to get it done, but I honestly should have just stopped listening to it. Okay, Holiday Ever After, I'd also rather watch paint dry. That was boring. I did not care about it. The Queen of Nothing. I'm gonna put it in This Was Fun because I just love the series in general, but I thought the ending was really weird. Okay, Fearful by Lauren Roberts. I'm gonna put this in, I'm putting this in meh because it did not make me feel better about the ending of Fearless. And also, I just don't really think I personally like how she ended it off, like the whole series in general. But I did really like having the different POV of like Blair and Lenny, and I also don't think that this book was really needed. I think this literally could have been a Blair and Lenny story and that's it. I just have my feelings, so that's why it's going in meh. Tenet by Frida McFadden. I read so many of Frida McFadden books, it was crazy. This one was interesting. The things that the tenant would do was, you know what? I can fully say it was fun to listen to. There was one thing though in it that they didn't talk about ever again. And you know how usually Freida McFadden will say something in the very beginning of the book and then it comes up at the end and it all ties together in like this plot twisty way? That didn't happen. Caught Up by Liz Tomforty. Is this a God tier book? I think this is God tier because it really made me love the single dad trope, and I really love the characters, and I do, in my day-to-day life, I do think about the characters a lot, and just the ending of it. It was really sweet. It was really fun when I read it, and I had a really good time reading it. Tribute by Nora Roberts. I'd rather watch paint dry. Sorry, Mom. She told me to read this. Didn't like it. Where He Can't Find You by Darcy Coates. Okay. I think if you're somebody that likes paranormal mysteries with like monsters, I think you'd really enjoy this. I thought the concept of it was very interesting. However, it was not for me. I think that's why I'm gonna put it in meh. Like, it was okay, but like this is like the lower of the meh. I didn't love it, but like I didn't like it, but also I didn't hate it. It's just a weird feeling I have towards it. Okay, One by One by Freida McFadden. You know what? This one was fun. This one was very, very fun. I think I'm gonna put it in this. This was fun. I like this one more than The Tenant though, but I did think it was very fun to read it. You have all these adults, they're going on this like trip together and their car breaks down. They have to make it to this cabin and things start happening and things start getting revealed, and you have like this other POV of this person called Anonymous. When you're reading it, you're guessing that, oh, one of these people we're reading about one of the people's like backstory, right? And it was just really interesting the way it like intertwined together. The Boyfriend by Freida McFadden. I think this one was fun as well, but there are a lot of things about it that I just don't really remember. I think I did enjoy it. I think I like this one more than The Tenant because they were interesting and entertaining reads. Out on a Limb by Hannah Bodum Young. I love Out on a Limb, but I think that there were some things about it that I would have loved to have seen. Like I would have loved to have seen like a POV of Beau. Okay, The Fury by Alex Michaelides. I can't tell you what that book was about. I literally don't remember. Rebel Witch by Kristen Ciccarelli. I think I love this one, but okay, I think I'm gonna put it in the beginning of my This Was Fun category. I just wish it ended differently. Not ended differently, but I wish the way we got to the end was different, and I think you'll only understand if you read it. But I liked everything else about it. I just think if it would have ended off differently, I think I would feel way different about it. Okay, The Inmate. I think that this one was really fun. I really loved how Freida made you feel bad for a certain character, and it kind of, I was getting manipulated as the reader, and I thought that was just fun and interesting. And the epilogue was crazy. Okay, The Teacher by Freida McFadden. Ooh, this one made me uncomfortable, but like in a fun way because it was interesting. And the epilogue was insane. I think I'm gonna put it in This Was Fun. Yeah, it made me uncomfortable, but it was like you know what I mean? It was just like, it was uncomfortable, but like it was really interesting, and the epilogue was nuts. This one is honestly a Freida McFadden book I'd recommend for sure. I think it was just really creepy though, so definitely go into it looking up trigger warnings and stuff. The Scars Within by Ange T. Dalton. I think I'm gonna put this in meh because the concept is very interesting. I think it had a lot of potential to be like a 5-star for me, but it was less about the fantasy and magic, but more about our main character's trauma and like emotional stuff that she's got going on and things that she was working through. And I'm not saying that that's like a bad thing, but it just felt like a women's fiction book with a fantasy backdrop, and I think I just wanted a little bit more magic. And I know the second one came out and I will read it. Court of Silver Flames. You know, I think about this book all the time. It's gonna go in God tier. It really is. And I think that's actually crazy because I already filmed my top 25 of 2025. And I don't know if this reflects any of that because my feelings just change every single day. I think A Court of Silver Flames is something that will be ingrained in my memory forever because the graphic audio was so good and it was just like a movie in my head. I love learning more about Nesta. However, I do think that she's still kind of a bitch. But however, I love learning more about her character and like what went on with her. And she did something at the very end of the book and it was very like crazy. We're almost done. We just have a few more. Oh my god, I put so many repeats in here. That is so embarrassing. Oh, I'm gonna quickly put some of these in the DNF. I did DNF every locked door, or lock every door. I get the title messed up every single time I say it. Every single time. Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I DNF'd it. I don't think I'll continue it. It was just kind of boring. Had a Bass This As Well is also a DNF. I got 60 pages in, and it was interesting when I read it, but I just have not had the desire to go back to it at all. And we're gonna quickly put A Curse for True Love in the very, very top. I love the series. Like, all the books are 5 stars. No one can tell me otherwise. I love how I have the US covers and then one UK cover. I own the UK covers. They're so pretty. I want to get, there's like a blue one and I really want it so bad. Oh my gosh. Also, I ordered the Once Upon a Broken Heart like special edition from the UK, and but it's literally not coming out till October, and since it's in the UK, I'm probably not gonna get it till like December. So it's gonna be a surprise when it shows up at my doorstep almost a year from now. Okay, The Prison Healer. Okay, listen, I really love The Prison Healer, and when I read it, I think I was like, it was okay. But like, honestly, I think about that book all the time, and just, I think the plot of the book was unique because she's a prison healer and she heals the prisoners that come in, and you're kind of following her with that, and then she has to like do these trials and all this stuff. And there are things about it that of course I kind of would change, but like, I still really, really liked it. I thought it was really, really fun, and I can't wait to continue the series. Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi. I think this was fun. I do really think this was fun. Like I said before, I do think I could see some of the books being 5 stars because of the way I felt about Destroy Me, but the first one, it was good. It wasn't anything like crazy, but I really, really did like it a lot. Okay, we are almost done. All my repeats. Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. Oh, also a note here. I did DNF another book. Okay, just pretend it's in DNF. I DNF'd Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. It was about like this family going to this mansion, and they're gonna spend time with their grandma or something. Grandma dies, and they're trying to figure out like who killed the grandma because someone killed her. So what happened was I had a Libby hold on it, right? So I started listening to it when I had the hold, but then I kept not listening to it because I didn't care about it. And then I got like maybe 60% in, and then the hold, like, you know, was gone, and I was like, oh, that sucks. Oh well, like, I didn't care. Like, I really didn't care. So I also did DNF Daisy Darker recently. Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. I really did like this one. I would also probably put it like in the higher of the This Was Fun category. So I do think there was an opportunity for this plot twist to be way better. And I'm not saying that I'm like an author or anything, because I'm not. But I was like, man, she should have done this. And the last one, Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I really, really like this one. Do I think about it a lot since I read it? Not really. I think this would also kind of go high up in the This Was Fun category. Like, I think I like this one more than Rebel Witch. I don't know. Like, I really, really liked it. I think I gave it like a 4.25. I don't really know, because I liked Holiday Romance significantly better than Good Spirits. And I can confidently say I like all these better than Good Spirits. So that's why I feel like it should be here. But this one was fun. I love the paranormal romance, but I also really love the world that B.K. Borison is creating within like this book. Her next book is called Grim Tidings. It's about the Grim Reaper, and I'm really excited to read that one in 2026. And I don't remember when it comes out, but I think it'll be really cool to read around the Halloween time. But with that being said, let me make sure. Yeah, that's all of them. I'm gonna count these real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what's crazy? I feel like Goodreads lied to me, because I counted these. Obviously didn't count the DNFs. 105. So did I read over 100 books this year? I feel like I didn't even get to celebrate it. That doesn't make any sense. Do you think it's because a lot of times on Goodreads you have to put the dates, and sometimes I don't do that? Is that why? Or did I mess up and did I read some of these in 2024 or 2025 or did I read some of these in 2024? But it says 105. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, that's it. That's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And this is the last video where I'm going to be talking about 2025 books. Now I'm going to be talking about 2026 books. I have my 26 for 2026 coming out next week. And then after that, I don't know what's happening. I'm filming a lot, so we'll see. Anyway, I guess I read 105 books this year, even though I don't know. I feel like I couldn't celebrate it. Because it said 95. Oh well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!